Yeah. What? Oh, you're live now. Ah, let's see. Where is it? Okay, there we go. TikTok, mainstream, and let's get it. Dun 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 dun. Hey hey, goodbye. Let's see. There we go. It is saying I am live, so I guess I'm live. Greetings, salutations. What's up? What's up? Should we should we do this? Yeah, let's do this. Bump 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 bump. We are living in the twilight zone. All right, give everybody a chance to catch up, cause we gotta be live, but we gotta make sure. Boom 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 boom. Let's see more. Let me make you lose control. Oh, okay. Greetings, salutations. What's up? What's up? Give people a chance to catch up. I know they're not used on the backup page on TikTok, across all my other social medias, X, everything except Instagram. And no Instagram tonight. I think I got everybody else in. GCPR, backup page on TikTok, my YouTube, my X account, and my Twitter account. I got places for Kick and Turbo also, but I don't have a. I think I do have a Kick account. Yeah, too much trouble to log in. How are y'all doing? Greetings, salutations, welcome, welcome, welcome. I guess I'll try to refresh the chat because I'm not getting any. Let me see. Let me do a test. Testing, 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 testing. Huh, my test comes through. I just can't see it on here. It'll catch up in a moment. How you all doing tonight? Welcome, welcome. You're listening to TNathan, and it is 10 o'clock Central Standard Time, 11 o'clock Eastern Time. I don't care what your watches say, what your clocks say, what your telephones tell you. It is just now 10 o'clock Central Standard Time, 11 o'clock Eastern Time, because I'm always on time. And you're listening to Conversations with TNathan. And there's a Cash App just in case you want to participate in any of the adventures that I have or any of the things that we're into. I'm modding on YouTube. Congratulations on being on time for once. I'm on time all the time, Jay. I am always on time. What do y'all be talking about? Your watches and your clocks and everything are just a little off. Let me send a test. Testing. Testing. Okay, Twitch, YouTube, and yeah, yeah. Test works over there. Test works over here. What's up, Robert? Greetings, salutations. How y'all doing? Yeah, just giving people a chance to catch up. Good to be seen live. Good to be seen live. My chief of security just stumbled in. I am on the radio. Listen to the radio. Oh, you remember. Who knows what I was just singing? Who knows what the chorus of what I was just singing? Well, I'm just curious. I'm just curious how many music fans are in here tonight that knows that where that comes from. You do? Good. Chief Security knows. That's why he's my chief of security. Cause when I bust out with these, Robert, I didn't expect you to know. Robert, that song is older than you. I mean, that song is probably older than you and your. Yeah, it's probably twice your age, Robert. That song's probably twice your age. Matter of fact, no, I was older than you when that song came out. Yeah. Yeah, we built this city on rock and road. Jefferson Starship, Jefferson Airplane. Oh man. Oh, that back in the day. This is the part, Robert, where I was telling you the back in the day stories, right? So how y'all do it tonight? I am really building up to something, right? Your TikTok is integrated into Dix. What is this thing telling me? Hold tight. Your TikTok chat is integrated in desktop. Okay, whatever that means, we're still on it. So yeah, it's been a long day. But I just wanted to touch on a few things. Like, did you know that you can engage in chat the same way that the American government does by just going to PlayStation Store or your Google app, Google PlayStation, probably Apple Store. I don't know. I'm sure it's in Apple too, and downloading the Signal app. Yes, you can go to your PlayStation store or your Apple store and download the Google app, and you too can have the same app that the government is using to talk about war plans. And you can also invite some random reporter into it and make sure that this is kept highly secretive. Yes, yes, in case you missed it, our government has engaged in talking about top secret war plans that were used in the bombing of Yemen over the weekend on Signal. And not only did they engage in it on Signal, they included a reporter named Jeff Goldberg from the Atlantic magazine. Yep, Jeff thought it was a joke. Jeff actually thought it was a joke until the information on the bombing that was occurring in Yemen went live. And then he finds out that he has been included in a top secret chat that you can join if somebody just sends you the signal. Look, I have signal. I have signal. And who knew? Who knew? I have Signal, and it's a possibility that I could be invited into a top secret government war plan chat if somebody has my number on their phone and they just invite me. The government spends billions of dollars a year to make sure that their communications between their members on war plans, especially, is top secret and secure. And Pete Hegseth and the National Security Secretary, Mark Rubio, and Homeland Security Director are all on an app that you can purchase in the Google Play Store. You can't make this up. You cannot make this up. And you all remember that they talk about Hillary and the private email server that she used? At least the private email server couldn't be accessed by any just Joe Blow with a Signal account. I don't want to hear about Hillary's emails anymore. I don't want to hear about Hunter Biden's laptop. I don't want to hear about any of that. I don't want to hear about any of it. In the face of you out here using Signal, not a private email server, you're out here using Signal. And don't get me wrong, Signal is good encryption and everything, but it's the idea that you can invite anybody to a Signal conversation if you were the head of that Signal conversation. Now, I use it to plot things like hypothetically, if I was going on a protest, I would coordinate with the people that I'm going to be there with and have an alibi worked out. I said it. And anyway, but it's the idea that our government, who has access to SCIFs and private communications, use Signal. You literally can't make this up. This would be like, this is worse than your friend texting you before you go on and asking you, a Mississippi resident, if you know who Booker Wright is. That breaks up there. I think they're running neck and neck. Those are running neck of neck of things you just can't believe. Yeah. Yeah. Lagging now? It would lag on that one, wouldn't it? Yeah. But, yep. That ranks up there. I felt some kind of way about that one. Yes, I did. I did. I felt a little kind of way, especially the when people send me videos, certain people talking about stuff that's just yeah, it ranked right up there. Yeah. That'd be like only thing that could make it worse if you sent me a white guy in a video talking about Booker Wright to somebody from Mississippi that is historically in it historical apex of the civil rights struggle and black people who've died it's because of it. Yeah, not feeling any kind of way, of course, especially if I've done a video covering incorrect information that was put out. Booker also, just side note, that people don't realize, Booker did not die at the time of that incident. He died years later. Yeah, died years later. And that's what I made the video correcting that information about. Somebody was trying to tie his death to that moment. No, he died years later. He died in 1971. All right. But now that I got that off my chest, I feel a little better. Because I was like, was hurting. And a lot of y'all are in the comment section like, what is he talking about? Don't worry about it. The person who did it knows I'm talking to them. Hey, so yeah, but at least no state secrets were involved. And then Pete oversees the nine at the White House. Already confirmed. Right, listen, listen. It's the idea. Y'all should have just hopped back on Signal and came up with a strategy of how to say you all wasn't on Signal. Mark Rubio in this conversation. You got the Homeland Security and you got JD Vance. Listen, it is hilarious to, and then I read over the text that they shared, and I will say this for the reporter. He didn't share everything that was said because everything would have basically put our troops in danger, and he didn't do that. And he waited to after the bombing to talk about it. And I was waiting for the White House to lie, but then Donald Trump says, "This is it. I don't know anything about that. The Atlantic isn't it going out of bit new? It's going out of business anyway." I was done. I was done. Yeah, I was just done. Just listening to the gaslighting going on, and it's like I also want to tell some of you all. Some of you all comment on my videos and talk about the people I'm talking about aren't going to learn anything, or I can't. They don't. I don't. Who follows me to think that I make videos for MAGA supporters or people that I go after? I don't go after them to teach them anything. Y'all realize that? I mean, when people say that to me in my comment section, still after years, and they're saying things like, "Oh, they're not going to learn anything." What did I in the video tell him I was? I'm not sarcastic or dismissive with people. I'm trying to teach something. I have to, when if I start off the video calling you bad body, bilge body, bitch too, that's not that video's not to teach you anything except how to how to put your adjectives together, perhaps. But people like, oh, they not going. to They not. I don't care. It's not for them. It's for people to listen. Let me explain something. Maybe people don't understand this. As a black man that empowers other black people in the face of oppression, as a man that empowers other marginalized groups in the face of the oppressor, my stances are showing people how to stand up to them without fear. My stances are about looking them in the eye and saying, bitch, please, and be ready for anything they bring. My stances are about how the oppressed have been taught to watch what they say, cast their eyes down, and live in the lane of tolerance of others. No, my videos are made to make you want to fight. My videos are made so you can see what it looks like for a black man standing in his truth and ready for anything that comes. And that's why even when I'm insulted, depending on who does the insults, depends on how I respond to the insult. Because I just want you all to understand. Because I think people have a familiarity with me that they think, and it's strange because I have people that have great Petra. Prime example. I've known Petra for almost a decade and a half now. I've known Petra a long time, right? And Petra still has she has a familiarity with me, but she never makes the shortcomings that a lot of other people do that have that familiarity. Because the from sometimes with black people, that familiarity will blend a taking for granted of their intelligence and their strength because you have never been the product, I mean never been the direction of that intelligence and strength in a way that has been anything but congenial. So yes, I've had people that are close to me that at times devalue my education or my blinding intelligence. Yes, I am hyper intelligent. Anybody who really knows me understands that. But sometimes people become so familiar with me that they forget because I'm a big teddy bear if you know me. I'm a big teddy bear with claws, paws, and fangs. And because I don't use them on you, sometimes you take for granted that I have claws and fangs. And I weigh 270 pounds and I'm 6'4". And sometimes it borderlines on, it's like when people send me videos about people doing commentary in a vein that is less than the commentary I do. And I'd be like, why did you send me this video? I wonder why that. And they was like, oh, I just want you to see this. Why do I want to see some 14-year-old white boy talking about black people? Why do I want to see that? Why do I need to see that? Especially when I have done commentary that is par excellence to that. Yes, I don't make videos, I don't do commentary unless I first make sure they're on point. So to send me a video of somebody stumbling through something they're reading is insulting. Yeah, I've told it this before, and I also just try to laugh it off if it's a joke. But now it gets to the point where it becomes that same kind of microaggression associated with not understanding what you're doing. It's like you're taking a meal that you got at McDonald's to somebody who's in the kitchen creating a masterpiece. And then you be like, I bought you something to eat. Does the fuck I look like I eat McDonald's? Pirate. My sarcastic pirate angel. Yeah, that's an oxymoron too. Pirate angel. Yeah, I have to think about that. But just think and understand that this will happen from the best intentions. Just think about if I don't think some people understand the microaggressions that intelligent black people go through on a regular basis because we'll see the microaggressions that you can point to and you can see the microaggressions of people that I run into in a store when I'm buying food for those who happen to be homeless. And the bitch asked me how many kids I got because I got 12 boxes of cereal in my thing. And then turn around when I'm looking at her like she crazy and ask me, do they all live with you? And I do not choke her out. Yeah, we see those microaggressions and we say, oh, it's microaggression. But sometimes the microaggressions are also fostered by the system that teaches you to take McDonald's to a master chef. And I've never asked for it. Never asked for it. Hey, bro. Hey, fam. Yes, Reese's here. I supposed to be, I gotta talk to Reese. I haven't talked to her in a while. She's going, she's been busy. I've been meaning, yeah. Yep, and you did it. You did it, Reese. I've been meaning to talk to you. Gonna beat you up when I talk to you. Just let you know. All right. Um, toddler. I see them as I scroll through comments on your videos, and I just have to shake my head. Yeah, and the thing about it is, these comments are made by people who say they follow me. Yeah, they're made by people who say they follow me, and I just be like, mm. And I also realize that I have to find a way because uh, how should I say? A lot of people that follow me, quote unquote, they don't watch my lives because I'm not, because even though as informative as they are, they're not on the realm where I'm going to go back and forth. I just noticed even my family members will not come into my live as much as they go into other people's lives because they don't, and I guess I don't make them feel as part of the conversation. And I also realized, I was talking to Don about this, that maybe it's my delivery or maybe it's put offish, but I also know that I'm a radio show host, talk show host. It works fine, but some people want to engage, and the reason that I don't do engaging lives on every conversation I have is because most people do not follow things as in depth as I do and as I want to talk about, and that's why I have to find that balance. Because when I see how my family can stay in lives for hours at a time about mundane, meaningless conversations, and I'd be like, that's interesting. And then I realized that's not just them. It's indicative of the movement also. There are very few people, and I think that's why we are in the position that we are in. There are very few people who truly want um, leadership or constructive conversation about fighting racism and bigotry and oppression. There are very few people who that falls into that, and that includes people that are in my family, because and it's it saddens me because then I realize because of that is one of the reasons we can't get to the 2% threshold mark. We can't get to the 2% threshold mark. I don't think. And I have to go back to the drawing board and figure that out, because it's different in my day to day existence off of social media than it is when I do come in and I try to convey meaning and ideas and working a philosophy. But when you see people consistently engage in the same activity, then you start to realize no matter what they pay lip service to, that is not who they are or what they want to be. So, yes, today is one of those days when I'm in this mood that I see so much going on, and I realize that it's not even being paid attention to. Um, yeah, and I see people doing the same old things over and over, and it's one of those days where you look at it and you say, do people really want liberation? You do. There are people that I know want it, but I'm saying collectively, even the people that are close to you that are like, I know my son, when I can have conversations with my sons that is more in depth and more forward thinking than people twice their age. um I can have more conversations with people who happen to be homeless. That's why I play chess with them. That's why I, turn my phone off when I'm with them. Or don't take it. Most time I don't take it with me because no matter what happens, because we also have some Haitians, and I don't want to ever lead anybody to where they are. But it seems like when we have conversations, those people are more engaged in the fight than others. Social media, I think most people just play lip service to it. Everybody wants to prove they're smart, and it's always very obvious with how they speak. True. And I think on social media also, pirate, people resent no matter what y'all say, or how close you think you all are, or how close you are. I think some people still resent the idea that, you know, they don't understand it because they want to, or they'll talk about the limited area they think they understand ad nauseum. Ad nauseum. That's why I don't understand the whole relationship ad nauseum discussions. I think I've said it before when people be like, "How do you let so many people not in your relationship tell you about your relationship?" That is funny to me. It is hilarious to me that I will watch a group of people get together who are single. I will watch a group of women or men get together who neither group has anybody talking about what they don't like in a relationship, and I'd be like, that's probably why you don't have a relationship. That is very cut and dry to me. Having conversations about, well, he took me here or he wants to take me there, and I'm just not going. Well, stay your ass at home. What's the conversation? Having people talk to me about their relationships when I don't plan to be in a relationship with them seems oxymoronic to me. But these same people are the ones who will sit around and say, well, racism and this, yada, yada, yada. I be like, really? Like people have asked me, why haven't I talked about Donald Trump and segregation and him removing the restriction on government on federal contractors? Because at the end of the day, I'm watching black people, make videos like this is a celebration of they're gonna have black restaurants and they're gonna have all this, and I'm like, where are you all doing this at? Those videos are so stupid to me that people are celebrating the fact that legal segregation is wrong, people. No matter how I think about it is wrong. To have government sanctioned segregation is wrong. And you all liking videos that are saying like it's a good thing. You're gonna have black this and black that. You're gonna have black towns, and people are going to be like, "What are you doing here? You don't belong here." I said, "This is the stupidest thing I ever heard." Because did the 1920s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s not exist? Did you all not see black towns being burned to the ground? Did you not see black restaurants being burned to the ground? Did you not understand that there is no protection in a society of racism when people just are emboldened to come and burn your town down because some white girl said you whistled at her? Are you all thinking these things through clearly? You all are like, this one took me a video and this guy was like, oh yeah, we're gonna go back. I said, go back to what time period are you all now going back to for this nostalgia that didn't exist? That didn't exist. What nostalgia are you all going back to? And why are you all sending me stupid ass videos? Why? I just be looking, I be like, my mouth be literally hanging open like, what segregation, Jim Crow era laws are you talking about that were fun? My problem when I talk about segregation is we also uprooted everything we did build that was positive and chase white people to be liked and left. My thing with segregation as a movement was that there was no plan after segregation. So when I see these videos of these people, and I be like, really? And you're like, what do you say in the face of this? You're stupid. That's stupid. It's a stupid idealism to fight for against the oppressor and then cheer oppression centered laws. That's crazy to me. What is good about Jim Crow? If Jim Crow was so good, why was there a whole civil rights movement? This is why I offend people. Because it's some of the stupidest shit I ever seen. And I don't think black intellectuals exist on a great level like they did during the age of James Baldwin and Nikki Giovanni. Some of the conversations I see having, I just click past. Because not only are they having those conversations, they're not listening to anybody who telling them those conversations are not in accordance with how we are should be existing. In accordance with not just coming out of slavery, but how many people talk about the history of black people before slavery? Because we've been taught that it was one thing, but to truly talk about the civilizations that black people created prior to interaction on an oppressive level with Europeans, you don't know about that. We don't know. We having these conversations from being boiling water without talking about the heat that makes this water act in this way. Hmm. Some of them celebrating the country bans because they think it applies to Trump. They take away being, yeah, I get to be on my own toilet. Right. They will say separate but equal. Right. Like that was a whole separate but equal. Where does that work in an oppressed society like ours? I just want some. I just be wanting people to explain it to me. What does that look like? Oh, I know what it looks like. Jim Crow. I know what it looks like. It looks like the time of lynching after Reconstruction. I know what it looks like. I know what it looks like to have, even though the justice system we have now is flawed, it is flawed. But it's one thing to be flawed and another thing to be non-existent when it comes against to crimes of white people against black people. Non-existent. Jim Crow. I just don't get it. I wish somebody would explain it to me. What are you all celebrating? It's not like you got your own country. Like some of these delusional people think, oh, well, we're just going to move here and we're going to. There is not a time in history where this country has ever allowed marginalized groups of people, black, brown, or otherwise, to sequester themselves and be self sufficient past a certain level. How's that going to work out for y'all? How? Because you're not talking of you. I speak of dismantling a system. You're only speaking of finding your place in a system where you think they're going to leave you alone. We are not the same. We're not the same. It's just like I tell people when they talk about they're sitting out of everything for the next 4 years. I was like, yeah, we're not the same. You never were. We're not the same. Do you understand? Pam Bondi just made a threat against Jasmine Crockett for exercising her freedom of speech to talk about Elon Musk has to go. A non-elected individual that is interfering in government, and because you're speaking out against him, the Attorney General of the United States takes it on herself to tell Jasmine Crockett she needs to step lightly. But y'all sitting out, so I guess y'all not doing anything about that, right? Those that are sitting out for the next 4 years don't matter. Don't matter. That's what y'all think is acceptable, right? The whole, and yes, I feel some kind of way when I talk about people holding 12-hour lives, talking about everything, but not going to do anything about it. Yes, my TikTok trip was there another update. What's up? What's up? And it just kills me. It just kills me to see this. People acting like, what history did you all live through? Oh, my bad. I was born in 1967. Okay. What history did you all study that made you think that black people in this society, not even society, in this country, were going to be better off when we removed laws of illegal segregation? What country do you live in? Have you even passingly looked at the Jim Crow era that your parents come from? To sit on here and make videos that are celebrating segregation in this country. I'm not even talking about you all having enough balls to move to Africa. I'm talking about you all making like black restaurants. Yay! We had black restaurants because we couldn't legally eat in white restaurants. We came up with the Miss Black Magic America pageant because we couldn't be in the Miss America pageant. We have historically black colleges and universities because we couldn't go to PWIs. And you think this was a good time? Are y'all on crack? It's not even meth. It must be just pure crack. Sound and color because they're stupid. Because they're willfully stupid. And there's no difference in the willful, stupid, and ignorance associated with choosing to be racist and the willful ignorance and stupidness of choosing to be uninformed about the facts. They're the same extreme to me. And I'm just, I just sit there and I watch. And I watch and I feel like you two, you want to. You anybody who know who you want to is, but I'm a black version of you want to. I'm sure they have black watchers, even though I think all the watchers are black when I look at it. They're just light skinned. But anyway, mm, especially if you watch What If, I think all of them were Negroes. They were just light skinned Negroes. Um, Revenge of the anyway, moving right along. But you just sit there and you watch, and sometimes I really wonder. I really wonder why, and no one can tell me. My visibility has been restricted. Let's see why. Your live is not eligible for recommendation and restriction in search results because your live does not comply with the For You feed eligibility standard, stereotyping or demeaning statements. Oh, it's like folks don't see it for more than separate spaces. Yeah, yeah. I guess my thing is why not? Why do we have so much enamoration with insignificant things while having a pretense to say we're? Listen, listen. I have watched people talk about, and I don't bully them or brag. If I do, I do it on a telephone call. I bully Mad King, I bully Don, but I do it on telephone calls. Yeah, I do. Or I do it ambiguously. Live restriction. Your live contains things that may be found uncomfortable and has been restricted. Listen. Okay, y'all heard the last one was the meaning. This one says regulated goods content. Yeah, I got some regulated goods up here. Melanin is a regulated good. Jay, what's up, Jay? I'm gonna try not to get banned. I'm trying not to get my live banned before you get home, Jay. We're gonna try this. Um, TikTok Shop is great. I always forget to talk about TikTok Shop until after I get it. I probably should mention it every now and then, but yeah, y'all know me. Yeah, I'm off today. Check text. All right, I didn't check the text, Jay. I'm glad you off. I thought you were working. I'm glad to know you're home. How you doing? Doing all right tonight? And I think that's what I'm gonna start doing, though. I think I'm gonna start bullying people and in their conversations. I think I'm going to start stumbling into people's lives that are having lives and they think they're onto something. And I'm just going to say, yep, that's not true. Yep, that's stupid. Yep, that's crazy. And here's the receipts to prove it. Because I'm going to show up with the receipts. I think I'm going to start doing that because some of you all are not as intelligent as you think you all are while you're trying to bully other people. So I'm going to show you how it feels to be bullied by somebody who actually knows what they're talking about. And don't tell me I didn't call you on the phone. Because I'm gonna start doing like my mom said. Wherever you get down wrong at, that's where I'm gonna get down wrong at. So you better have a book ready to come to to counter what I bring to the conversation. If y'all want to bully people, bully me. As a matter of fact, I'm going to go to my main page. I'm going to open up my main page, and you can come and try to bully me. That's how I feel. Because obviously that's what you all want. Y'all don't want conversation that is truly enlightening. You just want to be bullied. You want to be bullied. So I'm going to bully you all. And so that's what we're going to do. We're going to go to my main page. You're going to bring up any topic you want to on politics, geopolitics, on the continent of Africa. Pick a continent, pick a subject, and I'm going to show you what the triple digit IQ points are for. Because I'm tired of watching y'all bully people and then go into conversations of some of the messiest ass shit I've ever seen and act like you're onto something. I think so, Rain. I think they like. I think I beat bullies up in high school and in middle school. I beat bullies up, especially bullies that think they can fight and can't. So I am the standard now. Do you all want to bully somebody on the live? I'm signing up. I'm signing up. Yep, I'm signing myself up. Let's get it. So I will open this live up, and you get to be on the radio bullying me. Yep, yep. That's what we're gonna do. So y'all glad to beat up on little people. I, I, I'll pretend like I will sit down and let you bully. I will sit down and beat most people's ass. I know. So I will sit down and let you bully me. We're going to start. I'm going to give you a working definition. We're going to start at the first article of the Constitution of the United States, and then we're going to work our way to. I say we got an hour, so we should be able to work our way from the we the people in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, provide for the common defense, promote the general welfare, spending to ourselves and prosperity, do establish and ordain this Constitution of the United States. We'll start at the preamble. And the requirements is you have to be able to quote it before you get into the conversation. And then we're going to move through the preamble of the Constitution, and we're going to do this historically. We're going to move through the Monroe Doctrine. We're going to move through the Mississippi Missouri Compromise. We're going to move through all these fucking things that are at the basis of some of the conversations you think y'all are having, and we're going to test your knowledge on them. Because you can't be having a conversation based on the foundation when you don't know the foundation, right? I mean, that would be crazy. That would be crazy to have a conversation about the Dred Scott decision and not know where it took place at or who Dred Scott was. It would be crazy to talk about the Alien Enemies Act without knowing what happened in 1798 to make the Alien Enemies Act a thing. Right? Right? It would be crazy to talk about the Black Lives Matter movement when you don't know who founded it or haven't ever been to a protest. And I don't talk about a march. I said a protest. They're different. That's why all their conversations are in analogs. Right. So I'm showing up now. That's what you all have made. That's what you all have done. You all have. I'm going to show up to your conversations. Yes, I'm going to show up. And if you start a conversation talking about something and mention any incorrect information, I'm going to correct you in the most public way possible. So get ready because obviously that's what's required, right? That's what required. I don't think they recognize. I don't think they do either because this is a case of them thinking because of proximity to me and me trying to treat them with common decency. But when I see they don't treat other people with that same common decency, then you're showing me you need a lesson, as my mother would say. You're showing me you need a lesson. Because one thing I don't do is get on this app or any social media and criticize somebody for doing something that I do explicitly well, but I can. And then to looking at people that don't know the basis of reality of facts, criticize somebody for getting a fact wrong instead of helping them get that fact right, shows me that some people need some bullying. Why do I feel? Hold on. Hold on, I just got a message. Oh, I got two messages. I'm off today. Oh, okay. Just got Jay's message. Just saw your message, Jay. If you say it publicly, then you must be corrected in publicly. I guess. I guess that's what that's what they want. Even if you say it publicly, and like I say, and then I've listened to people that whole lives that don't know what they're talking about too. But I don't correct them publicly. I'll call them. I'll call them on the phone and say, "Hey, maybe this is not the topic because you got a couple of facts wrong here." I call them. I get on Jay. Jay, I call Jay. I say, Jay, what are you doing? I say, yeah, that's not it. That's not it. And I guess let me explain something, right? And this might seem a bit personal conversation to some people. And some people you'll still get it by nuances because you probably know people like this. But there's a different way to approach dealing with people you say you care about. I understand. I do understand, and I understand my privilege. I understand the privilege I have in life. My privilege is rooted in the fact that I've always been a fighter, and I had don't and I beat my trauma up every day. I don't even, and I understand. I don't have the same kind of trauma, but you know what I don't do? I don't spill my trauma out on people I care about, and I don't think that's hard. I don't traumatize the people I care about. And to sit back and watch people say things like, oh, well, this conversation triggered me. Well, I guess your triggers are your responsibilities. And if you need boundaries against these triggers, you need to go somewhere and set those boundaries and come back when you are more apt to be in control of them. Yeah. That's the reality of it. Because no matter what my trauma is, it does not give me the right or the justification to traumatize anybody else or control how anybody else approaches a situation. It doesn't. And to believe otherwise is the centering problem that a lot of you all have. even even Uncle T's phone is a little is late sending messages. No, it's like even my phone be like, hold on, is it safe to let this Negro know this message is here? My phone is even like, yeah, I don't know about y'all, but yeah, this Negro is dealing with an issue with the VA right now about a person that's homeless. He don't want to hear this right now. Cause he already tempted to take an Uber down to the VA office and start cussing out people in public, in person. Yeah, well, this message can wait to in a better mood. Um, Asking me to take action is triggering. Yes, I'm finally on time. Right, right. It's like, look. I tell people all the time, I am not responsible for your triggers. I happen to know 100% I am not the person that traumatized you. I know that for a fact. I am not responsible for your triggers. And to think that the internet is responsible for your triggers is the height of centering. It is up to you. And people need to stop accepting the fact that people are going off on you because of their triggers. Nope, nope. You hit me and talk about I triggered a memory in you. I'm knocking you out. I'm gonna make sure I trigger a future memory in you. Stop telling people that. I really think, and this is why I don't do mental health counseling on TikTok, because I think most of y'all are delusional when it comes to your own mental health. And I think the fact that when I tell you I'm not responsible for your triggers and you still get triggered, that's a you problem. Especially when I'm talking, I was talking, having a conversation the other day about race in America. Big conversation, right? Having a conversation about race in America, and this person had the nerve to tell me that, oh, this is so triggering. I'm like, why are you here? Why are you here? Did you think I was gonna stop because you tell me you're triggered? Nope. 8 minute warning. Y'all hear that? It's Monday. I am gonna try to turn. I'm gonna try to be on time. I'm not promising. It's Monday. I'm not promising DJ I'm gonna be on time. I never promise him Mondays. And y'all always let me go over on Thursdays and Fridays. But we do have a documentary that Rain wants to watch, and we're going to watch it. I don't know, Rain. We might watch it tomorrow night. I might play it tomorrow night. But Monday I have to come in and talk about what happened on the weekend. But I will. I do have that documentary. Rain. I actually have the original CBS NBC interview too, in which Booker Wright was in. That started that. So I might play it tomorrow night. Time does exist, Olivia, kind of like it exists. It's existing. Yeah, I agree. If someone triggers you, why have TikTok? Why have all right? And usually when people say that they're triggered by your conversation in a social setting, not just social media, just you could be talking, oh, this is triggering. They're just trying to dictate the conversation. It's no different than Kevin O'Leary touching um, Angela Rye to try to change the course of the conversation. Y'all know me. You can't change the course of a conversation with me. No. But you can with people who you get that. Oh, I'm not responsible for your triggers. Stop trying to use them on me. Stop trying to use them on me. Who is y'all? It's not our fault you don't read the time we comments. Ah, I love hanging out in comic nerd spaces, but I don't bring up superheroes because they trigger me. I am done. I am done with you, pirate. Time may exist. It's just you don't give a time exists. But see, so much of our time has been spent on enslavement, Jim Crow, and all these other things. I'm doing like Maxine Waters. I'm reclaiming my time. If I go over, just chalk it up to me reclaiming my time. Yeah, reclaiming our time. Time is irrelevant unless that's a good point, right? And I know you how you meant it, but think about it. Time has been irrelevant in the fight against oppression, but now people want time. It's like, oh, we just need some. All of a sudden, time been irrelevant, and now when we saying tomorrow is the date, all of a sudden, well, wait, we no, no, not at all. Not at all. But it is relevant on DJ. Because, like I said, if I don't tell DJ, DJ knows Uncle T being tall triggered me all the time. I know I'm a little nervous. Look, that's the kind of thing I am. I don't know. I always I tell people my genetic gifts from my father and mother, as far as my physicality, has always been um, has also shaped me, and I admit that. I know that. I know that I have the privilege of being this tall and this big. I know that's a privilege, and I use it accordingly. And that's all I be wanting other people to use their privileges for. Um, I have never been a bully. I've always been a protector. And some people that might look like bullying, and when I say it, I would just show up to protect. And sometimes the best protection has to be to show you what bullying feels like, what you do to other people. Sometimes, but at the end of the day, it's all about. As a 5'3" person type of person, my attitude is 6'9". Jay, mm, maybe 5'9", maybe 5'9". It might be 5'9". But I like that white outfit you had on. Jay looked like a Jay had this live, and he had on his all white outfit and a white hat, and I was like, look at this pimp. He looked like not the bad pimp either. He looked like like your Jay is an old spirit because he looked like your uncle that you go to the cookout, and the uncle got on all white in the middle in the middle of April. And he got to top it off with the white hat. He got to talk about unionized pimp. I expected Jay to pull a hanger out of his back pocket and wrap it in some newspaper. Muddy season and wearing white is dirty work. Muddy season and wearing white is dirty work. Listen, listen. You know it, God is. You know that's dirty work. Just want to add, as a person of height, I am innocent until proven guilty. Guilty. Anybody who has to say that is guilty. I'm just gonna let you know off the top. Anybody who professes their innocence, like Mad King just did, whatever it is, they did it. Trust me, been there, done that. I went in court with that same thing. The judge told me I was one of the most arrogant people. No, she told me I was the most arrogant criminal who came before her court. I hadn't even been found guilty yet. I hadn't even been found guilty yet. And she called me an arrogant criminal. I was like, I almost got thrown out my own trial. Yeah, I almost got thrown out my own trial. My 67-year-old godmother picked that outfit out. Yeah, she did. I could tell. Yeah, those are the ones you got to watch out. They will pick you out a pimp outfit. That's dirty work. Yeah, that is still that's diabolical work. What is he? Not fair? He forgets to give me my powers. I can't. Oh, you know. Wait a minute. Dun 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 dun. Really? Remind me later, Chris. Uh, oh, I know why. Because this is my backup page. That's right. It's my backup page. I was wondering. I was like, I thought I'll take care of that. I might fuss at my family, but I make sure they get mod powers. It's like I'm the only one that fuss at my family, and they got mod powers, and they'd be surprised when they use them. I'd be like, I know you didn't. I'd be like, yeah. But at the end of the day, remember, don't bring your genetic family trauma into the family you choose. The family you choose to be did not cause any of your trauma that you're acting out on. So don't destroy your family that you choose because the family that you were born into traumatized you. Because you're just gonna do, and I'm not a religious person, but Patty LaBelle talks about blocking your blessings, right? Patty LaBelle talks about blocking your blessings. The thing about choosing a family to be a part of is going in what to expect from people. I know that Mad King is going to try to do certain things behind my back when he don't think I know. When I think, yeah, I know. I know Olivia is going to kill her boss one day. I might as well be prepared for that. I know Penelope She's gonna be late with the banana bread. While and I also know if we need to get some supplies from the store and we got $10, me and Penelope are going to the store. I know Rain. I know Rain is gonna ask me questions sometimes. They're gonna maybe look at us sideways, be like, "Don't get beat up, Rain." But I'm not gonna beat her up because that's my family. I know that I know that there's certain things I can't send the chief of security to do because it won't turn out well. I know that Reese can't be trusted to do certain things also because they won't turn out well. And you got to know these things, but I choose these things. But that doesn't mean that we're going to sit back and be we're going to traumatize our family members. We're all adults. That's another thing. We didn't come by this family that we created as children. We came into this as adults. And one of the things as adults is you have to mold a family in love based upon not traumatizing those and calling it love. That's not what love looks like. And while we will help you work through your traumas, Jay, I will help you work through your trauma and I will be there for you. But realize not everybody is capable of that. And I do realize that. I do realize I hold you all to a standard of greatness that you can live up to, and it's going to be hard, but we can do this. Even Pirate's a member of the family, with his sarcastic joke telling ass. I can always expect a lift up from Pirate. Even when he's feeling down. You see, I can directly tell how Pirate is actually feeling by the number of running jokes he puts in the live. Because sometimes they're for him too. They're for him too. Beat him to it. So just remember, right? We're the family Sister Sledge sung about. If you want to be. Time's up. All right, it's 4 minutes up. It's 4 minutes past up. Hold that thought. GCPR, what's up? This is T Nathan, and thank you for joining us. And this is Conversation with T Nathan. Hope you got some of it out of it. This is what we do because I believe that we have to humanize each other to each other if we want to make a difference, and we have to call each other out when we're not doing what we say we want to be. And if you listen to my show, I'm sure you listen to it because you have an understanding of what oppression looks like and you have a desire to end it, even if you don't know how. So we talk about how. And we also have these Zion moments when we also have to get together and act like what we're fighting for. See, there's one thing to fight the oppressor and oppression, and there's a whole nother thing when we're fighting to recover and have unity in our community because our community has been subjected to fire and we're boiling. And we have to figure out how to survive boiling and fight back at the same time. So, GCPR, I'll catch you tomorrow. Same Black Panther time, same Black Panther channel. I had to look at my finger. Okay, are we clear? Oh, fuck, 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 fuck. Fuck, 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 fucky, fuck, 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 fuck. Ooh, y'all don't know how much it cost me to be keeping fucks in. Please stand by for the four. Beat you to it, Olivia. I have logged off. Yes, I am logged off. Fuck, 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 fuck. Do y'all know how hard it is to keep fucks in? Yeah, yeah. So, oh, I just got, and I have to, I had to, I have to be more cognizant because I think week before last, it was $125 in violations that I got, and I was like, okay, I can't keep doing this to the boss. And I can't keep doing this to the boss. And I have no tip jar like Joe Madison. For those of y'all who don't know, the Black Eagle, Joe Madison, was my cousin. He had a talk show, radio show on Sirius for over 30 years. That was my cousin. He recently died last year. But yeah, he had a tip jar. Because we come by it. We come by it naturally. We will cuss, right? Yeah, but yeah, I was just thinking about that. But whew. So y'all saw my video about Jasmine Crockett and Pam Bondi threatening her. So we're not standing for it. Let something happen to Jasmine Crockett. Let something happen to Jasmine Crockett at the hands of the United States Justice Department. Yeah, we're going in. Uh, I'm not asking any of the people that say they're sitting out for the next 4 years to join me either. Not asking you all. I'm not looking for y'all in 4 years either. But donate to the Cash App. Yeah, yeah. It was. I was like, damn, I can't do that. Then I just came back. So, but even in spite of all that, we were still out making sure that those who happen to be homeless was getting food also. So because when I say I'm gonna do something, I commit to it. I'm just in almost. I'm not in quite in shisty territory yet. I'm not quite in putting on the shisty territory yet. But I just tell people, people be talking about this system collapsing, and they be talking about the worst thing could happen is you all just let this system collapse without having a controlled burn and a controlled rebuilding, because like it is, I I would put a community together and then do whatever it takes to protect that community. So just thought I'd throw that out there. Um, You need a swear jar. The jar will get full. No, it won't. No, no. That sounds good, Olivia. I just think liberals don't have any money. Progressive. I don't know how conservative poor white people come up with all the money they come up with, but yeah, liberal progressive people don't have any money. It's something about they don't have any money. It must be the all organic food they buy. So are we saying we need to get our private security? Do we trust the Capitol? No, we don't trust the Capitol. See, this is the thing. This thing, Matt King. The idea is that we have never trusted the Capitol. We have only counted on them being constrained by their own publicity. I tell people all the time, Donald Trump is showing you that your experiment in democracy with three branches of balanced government has always been an illusion. It has only been maintained because everybody playing the game played the game that there were three counterbalances to their power. The presidency actually has no counterbalance to his power because you all made the president the commander in chief of the military, the commander in chief of Secret Service. You made the executive branch responsible for all police departments and everything of that nature. So basically, the Supreme Court has no power except the power that was interpreted, and Donald Trump is showing that. If Richard Nixon had a thought like Donald Trump, Watergate would have went away. Watergate would have went away because the people, when you get to the idea the Supreme Court was his own worst enemy when he gave Donald Trump unfeathered power, and the only thing you have to check him with is the Capitol Police, if anything. The Capitol Police, and we see how they handled January 6th. I started watching The Residency today. It's so good. See, I saw that and I was like, that's on my list of things to watch. That's on my list of things to watch. The Residency. Watergate made me think of it because it's mentioned. It is all right. I'm gonna watch it. Everybody acting like Ned Shark. Stop. Listen, what do we want to do? We want to say like do we want to pick Game of Thrones? I don't want to pick Game of Thrones because I'm not anybody in Game of Thrones. my character, I don't have a character in Game of Thrones. When you remember I talked about last night how some people look at things and they see themselves and how they will respond. Some of the best shows I like, I don't see myself present still. I love Paradise, but I'm not any of those characters because I wouldn't have behaved any of those ways. I'd probably be dead. They would have never took me into the city. They'd be like, "This, we gonna let him in. He gonna take over our city. He gonna tell everybody we billionaires without power in a city that's isolated." Yeah, I would have. First thing I would have did was deconstruct him of that notion that just because billionaires built this, that they somehow are better than us. Nope. We're gonna deconstruct this. They say leave his black ass outside. Yeah, leave his black ass outside. As a matter of fact, We're gonna try to trick him to being at the place where the volcano goes off at ground zero. Anything less, we can't be sure he didn't survive. You've never seen Game of Thrones or watched it? I can forgive you for not watching it, but reading? Oh, Rain. Not Anna. Oh, there's a new anime series. Oh, there's an animated Batman Ninja versus Yakuza League that's out. I'm going to show it also. Yes, it's a if you've seen Batman Ninja, it's the sequel to that. Allegedly. Yeah. Batman Ninja. I've never seen Game of Thrones either. I can believe why you haven't seen it, Goddess. Was the first Batman Ninja good? Yeah, the first Batman Ninja was good. And yeah, this is a sequel to it because it's after he comes back. Okay, hold on. Well, you know what? Hold that thought. I don't know. I might can get away with this. Let's see if we can get away with this on YouTube. YouTube will cut my videos if I do something like this. But let's see. Hold tight. Cause I gotta put it up here. Bum 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 bum. Hold that thought. Mm-mm. Let's see if I can get away with it. Can y'all hear that? Could y'all hear that? Hold on. Hold music. TNathan hold music. I thought you said home music at first. I had to look back. It's like TNathan home music. No. I gotta switch over. I gotta switch over the sound quality. Hold on. Yeah. Y'all get my y'all gonna get I can see it now. Y'all gonna get my whole YouTube is about to get yanked off. All right. This is what we're gonna watch
Hello,
this.
Batman. Good to see you.
I guess they weren't kidding about it raining Yakuza.
Well, yeah, of course. Raining men just like it always does.
What the huh?
I went to search for deviations in modern-day Japan, but as you can see...
Japan is gone?
It gets worse. It would seem that Superman, Wonder Woman, Aquaman, Green Lantern, and Flash have also disappeared.
So we now find ourselves without a Justice League, which tells us that history has been changed. We need to recover the Quake engine, and then use it to return space-time back to normal.
Is that Green Lantern?
Now say goodbye!
Wonder Woman, of course.
Yakuza families are all that exist. There is no government nor law enforcement.
Within the ranks of the Japanese Yakuza are sacrificial assassins sent to kill the bosses of rival syndicates.
Ooh, that's so spunky. Can you imagine
Quake engine is our top priority right now.
a Gatling gun that shoots Yakuza ninjas? Well, then they're Ogans after.
The Batman is me!
I would have been killed the Joker.
Restore peace and harmony back to the world.
Red Hood, Harley Quinn.
Will be crushed.
So, you all want to see it? So that's the Japanese version trailer. But y'all like it? How y'all like it? Y'all think good? Y'all want it? It is on the list. All right. Better show up. It cost me. Can we watch it? So we can watch it. We can watch it both. I got both. I get both versions for 4.99. So I got both of them. That's one thing about the bootleg is, if it's two, if one is in English, one is another, we're going to move past the "It's Raining Men" line. Yeah, listen. When I first saw that preview, and I was like, no, no, Jim Gordon didn't throw in a Weather Girls reference. It's raining men. And he said it's all, and then it goes further. It's always raining men in Gotham. And I was like, yeah, you got a point. Yeah, you got a point. Yeah, yeah. So it looks good. It looks beautiful. We're gonna watch that too. I got it lined up. Um, what else did I have lined up? Um, yeah, I want to see. I want to see Resident. See if it's any good. Um, what else did I have? Mm, I don't know. It's a movie called Cleaner. I want to show you. Let's see. I got a preview for it too. Hold on. Preview for Cleaner.
He's going to blow the building.
Yeah, I'm really gonna get my YouTube taken down. I'm gonna show this one, and then if you want to see more, we're gonna have to go to my main page and get it. This I have this one. This looks good. It seems like it seems like
He's
Die
going to blow
Hard
the building.
with.
We're hearing reports of an incident at the Agnian Tower.
2 page.
999, what's your emergency?
Are you kidding me?
Greedy, needy, cocky. We're going to shine a light on your crimes. Cheers. Great to have you on board.
Any attempt to gain access, the whole building explodes.
Someone got inside.
One of the cleaners. Find them.
Put it down.
If I did the cleaner, ex-army.
He's going to blow the building.
Everyone's got a personal joy.
If you touch him, I will end you.
No smoke without fire, right?
I've got what he wants. You get as many people out as you can.
You want to hang this whole operation on a window cleaner who couldn't hack the army?
I'm not going to let you down.
Okay. I'm a sucker for action movies that involve physical physical fighting, right? So it looks good. I don't. I anticipate the storyline being basically probably the similar to Die Hard, but I still like action. So I need, yeah, explosions or thing. So I got the Cleaner already. I got that. I plan to show that this week also. So we're gonna watch the Cleaner. Um, I can't show. I'm not gonna push my luck on YouTube. I don't mind pushing the cussing, but showing another preview. I got the Cleaner. I'll just tell you the others. I want to see Duplicity. I got Duplicity. I got the Residency. I just haven't started it yet. I got the Electric State. That's about it's good. Oh, and that was Daisy Ridley, the that was playing in the Cleaner. I haven't. Only thing I think she does other movies, but the only things I ever watched her in was the Star Wars reboot when she played in the Star Wars, and when she does action movies. Yeah, I'm probably yeah. That's it. So as usual, good hanging out with you. Hope we all learned something tonight. Um, we'll have more to talk about tomorrow, of course. And you all be good to each other. Be good to each other. And I'm out of here. Anything for me before I go? Anything y'all need to say before we go? If not, 4, 3,